Hey everybody, so it's been a while since I did one of these videos, kind of a viewer's guide to the season. Last time YouTube kind of nuked the video really hard, they double nuked it actually. So I kind of put this off. I think it's been about a year since I did that video too, so yeah, we're gonna do another attempt and we'll see if he gets taken down quickly or not. I don't know, there's a good chance of that, so don't expect this to stick around very long. I think I'll just jump right into it because I'm a little crunched for time, so yeah, what is the first one? Oh, okay. The first one we have is Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Going in, I had no expectations, but I'm actually fairly surprised. I mean, an adaptation from a studio that only does adaptions, and the track record A1 has, Love is War is actually bringing back that comedy to rom-coms in a twist that makes me further persecute my sense of finding someone. I mean, the twist is that love is a battlefield, and like you at the moment, someone has to lose. The solid comedy, the extremely snappy editing, and the superior inflection of the VAs is just... it's just fantastic. It just keeps your gut on a roll the entire time. It's a very, very fun ride, and I was super impressed by this. I was not expecting much, like I said, but it's just very, very good. Another fantastic show. The only problem is I can see this getting a little annoying, like grating on people by the end of it, because it's going to keep doing the same fundamental joke. But it's good. I like it. But if you're looking for a more traditional rom-com, 5 dudes with 5 dynamic personality quintuplets, it's more of a show, what you see is what you get. I recently binged a good 40 chapters of this, so I'm not going to say I have any non-bias in this. Expect in this one a fair amount of high school melodrama, dashes of humor, pretty typical stuff, but if that's kind of what you like, that's what you enjoy, this is certainly for you. There's a good chance you already know if you pretty much like this genre or hate it, so this one's definitely the most up in the air of the season, I suppose, because... yeah, just me describing that much will kind of tell you if you're going to watch it or not, I suppose. So yeah, just keep your mind open for this one. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Nothing wrong with that. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Okay, switching gears a bit. The Promised Neverland. This is a far more violent show. Keep that in mind throughout the entire thing. I know they kind of avoided putting ratings up from last year's kind of epidemic of getting them wrong. This one is, I'm not sure if it counts as R18, but it's pretty violent. There's a lot of blood, there's a lot of gore, very mature themes, well, fairly mature themes. Just be aware of kind of what you're getting into, because if you're not prepared for that twist near the end of the episode, it's going to snap your neck, it's sharp. Honestly, just be careful of that. I really have to only say that because it looks pretty cute, maybe a little strange. It looks pretty cute, almost a diabetic sweetness in that opening, and then they kind of like, you expect to get a cavity and you get a fucking gut punch. So, yeah, just be aware of that. It's certainly not your typical Jump series. It almost runs intentionally contrary to the norms of its peers. But it's not being different for that sake alone. It's got a message, but it's going to put you through a lot just to get you there. A lot of suspense, a lot of horror elements, certainly. A fair amount of violence. Be prepared for that. If you're sensitive, stay away from it. Stay far away from it. Even though it looks cute, it's not cute. So, yeah. No, I'm not really worried about this being good. I know it's going to be good. I'm more worried about it getting cut short because we only get 12, 13 episodes. I'm just worried we're not going to get enough to actually make a solid show, and this one shows promise, at least from the opening. So, yeah. Where was I going with that? I don't know. Next one. Okay, Shield Hero. What's the official title? The official title is The Rising of the Shield Hero. I actually did not know that, but yeah, I just keep calling it Shield Hero because that's what I'm familiar with. So, Shield Hero is an isekai if we remove the smartphone and replaced it with an overly attached piece of iron bolted to the arm. So, full disclosure, I don't really know how to present this to my prestigious 17 subs, but Isekai's got a pretty bad rep as of late. It's kind of gotten put in the gutter, I feel. We've had a lot of really bad ones, which has kind of made the whole... is it a genre? I don't know if I agree with it being a genre, but the whole kind of collection of them not being seen so favorably. That said, with this one, though, it's pretty good. It's got a proper plot, it's got a very interesting what-if scenario, and overall, I think at the moment has the fidelity to be a proper, if not better than average show. So, I'm certainly looking forward to it. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this one. You're probably going to hear about it either way, but it is an isekai, so if you're kind of turned off or sick of that, I can fully understand, because there's been a lot of them recently. The last 3 seasons have had, like, at least 5, so it's kind of on that hit-or-miss stage, I suppose. I can certainly recommend it to fans, easily, and I know I've got a pretty hit-or-miss recommendation reliability, but at the very least, this isn't going to kick up a storm this season. Oh, come on. Okay, Boogie Pop. Boogie Pop Never Laughs is the official title. Did that change from the original one? English title? Boogie Pop Phantom. Yeah, it did change, but Boogie Pop is just, how do I put this? This is a revival of Boogie Pop. That doesn't make sense. Okay, so where do I start? Boogie Pop is back from the dead. That is apparently a recurring theme this season. But I'm pretty excited to see this kind of zombie come back to us. I mean, Boogie Pop is a series I really wish I had gotten into back when it originally aired in 2000, but back then I really just wasn't, interested, I suppose. And I mean, 20 years later, holy fuck. 20 years later, I'm actually very interested in seeing what this has to offer this time around, and it's certainly got a better visual clarity. Last time I was a little muggy and nasty, and it was 480p, so I can't watch that no more. It looks pretty good. Boogie Pop's an atmospheric horror show that kind of aims to query deeper societal issues with a more non-direct method, I suppose, is the best way to put it. Kind of think Darker Than Black, except with a message more centered around humanity as a whole and kind of issues and horror. Does that make sense? Probably not. Most people might be turned off kind of this style of narrative storytelling, but I think this one, like the last one at least, is going to be a cult classic. I do think it's going to be pretty good, but it's going to be a very slow and drawn out and no real answers show. So, yeah, it's going to be more roundabout. If you're not really into that, you might want to avoid it, but I'm going to enjoy it. I'm at least going to enjoy it. Doro is a stellar return to fundamentals. It is a fantastic revival of that energy and violence that, in my opinion, has been dormant for far too long. It's a very old show from like 1969 is the original animation, and then I think 1967 is the manga? Manga, is that right? I don't think it was a novel first, but I'll have to research that one just to make sure. I'll leave something on screen. It's a very old show. It's about collecting the body parts of a child who was butchered at birth, is not really the right way to put it. Basically, it's a journey to collect, or to recollect, the lost pieces of our main character, and because of that, it's going to be very violent. It's going to be a lot of Japanese mythos. It's going to be a lot of hunting and demon-ish hunting, and I think it's going to be a phenomenal ride. I think it's going to be really, really good. I mean, it's a little early to start proclaiming the best of 2019, but this opening has been the best I've seen in a very long time. I am extremely impressed, and I'm looking forward to see how this ride is going to develop over the 12 episodes we got, which is not enough. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's 12 or not. It looks like it's undecided how many episodes, but I'm going to assume, I want to say 24 will be enough, but 12 I feel is not enough, so that's going to be a deciding factor as well. Either way, it's looking fantastic, so I'm happy to see this back. This is a brilliant surprise to the opening of the season, and I think everyone should be watching this if you can stand a little bit of grit and gore and blood. It's good. It's just very, very good. And yeah, that's pretty much everything, right? Oh, right, Domestic Canajo. There's one more I forgot. I watched a little bit of Domestic Canajo, I suppose? What do I say about it? It's a very confusing show. It's nice to see an MC that gets somewhere, within the first episode even, but I kind of see it falling into those genre traps all over again. It's another romance, I suppose. A little more sad romance with the confusing everything. The thing is, I feel like this is going to be either pretty good or absolutely terrible. It really is going to be very heavy on the narrative, so I can see this one getting dropped super hard if it doesn't keep up. So, but to be fair, the opening's pretty good. It's got that singer from the FMA opening that everyone loves. I can't remember what her name is. Oops. That just kind of machine gun syllables out. It's pretty good. She does a fantastic job. The song's really solid. The visuals, not so much. Is that a positive? I don't know. This is another confusing one. Why'd I even bother talking about this? I don't know. I'm fucking strange today. So yeah, this season's actually fucking phenomenal. It's really good. We have a lot of strong contenders already in the first season of 2019. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed, and I'm certainly glad, not like last season where we had good things and bad things in this nasty dynamic of good or fucking horrible. It's good to see some quality stuff, and I certainly think there's more middle ground material as well, which is good to see, which means there's less of a bottom. That said, I suppose as a spoiler, I am going to hopefully be doing a bottom of the barrel video in the next few days. I have to spiritually prepare myself for that again, because that was quite the ride last time. It actually broke me near the end. So, I'm going to try to do that. I don't know if I'll survive, but at least if I get killed, you'll know what took me, I suppose. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Thanks for listening. It's been fun to do these again. I hope the recording isn't botched completely by all the noise. And yeah, take care of yourself, I suppose. Peace.